A wise person once told me, dreams don't work unless you do.
We're trying so hard in our lives to fit in. We try to fit into certain groups, certain frats, certain sororities, among certain friends, yet the people we idolize most are the ones that stand out. But when you're prepared, there is no fear. There is no fear of failure, because even if you've walked out of something and you feel like you failed at it, your preparation is so strong that you're gonna take that failure and turn it into the outcome you desire. And most people stop at failure, okay? We've all failed at things. I'm gonna continue to fail at stuff, right? It's the most powerful tool you can use, but it all depends on how you use it.
What would your future be like if you decided to want that which you desire so strongly that it prepares you past your fears, that you experience the fear, as the one book says, feel the fear and do it anyway?
Life is 10% what happens to you, it's 90% what you do about it. No matter who you are, no matter where you are in life, you can take the lid off of your job. And if you're wondering if you still have the lid on in your life, here are some clues that's gonna let you know that the lid is still on. If you're not excited about waking up in the morning, if you're sitting around bored out of your mind, if you got time to do everything anybody asks you to do, you probably got the lid on. If when you tell your dreams to all your friends, it makes sense to them, you got your lid on, man. Your dreams should not make sense to everybody. You gotta say something that make people go, how you gonna do that? That's when you got the lid off. And if I were you, I'd do that. I'd take the lid off. Makes sense to me, don't it?
They're always gonna get ready to get set to get going. What we've gotta do is, boom, just like that, move into action.
Every time you remember your dream, you're removing some dirt. You're digging it back out. The true mark of a champion is, even though some dirt gets thrown on your dream, instead of letting it get buried, you keep shaking it off. You keep moving forward. You keep looking for a new opportunity. You wouldn't be having that opposition if you didn't have something great in you. If your dream wasn't alive and on track, right on schedule to come to pass, you wouldn't have so many things coming against you. That dream is still alive. You may have tried a year ago, 5 years ago, or 40 years ago. Didn't work out. Nobody was there to help you. Go back and try again. This is your time. This is your moment. Your destiny is calling out to you. Can I tell you, your dream is not dead. It's just not in season. Your time is coming. Promotion is coming. Good breaks are coming. Promises you've been standing on. Dreams you've been praying about. Lack is not your destiny. Constantly struggling, barely getting by is not the end of your story. These light afflictions are for a moment. The adversity is temporary. The glory is eternal. Lord, I believe this is my year to get healthy and whole. This is my year to meet the people of my dreams. This is my year to go further in my career, to step into a new level of my destiny. This is my year to accomplish dreams, to break free from this depression. This is my year to meet the right people. This is my year to get healthy and whole. This is your year to see double. This is your year for vindication, for restoration, for new beginnings. Now get your mind going in the right direction.
Here's the secret. The people that do the most with their lives, the people that seem the most self-assured, the ones that seem to embody confidence, the ones that seem to define confidence, they're the ones that had to face down the most fear. They simply didn't linger in it.
Don't hate your competitors. Respect your competitors. Learn from him.
I had a very important person in my life come to me and say, who's your hero? And I said, I don't know, I got to think about that. Give me a couple of weeks. I said, I thought about it. You know who it is? I said, it's me in 10 years. So I turned 25 10 years later. That same person comes to me and goes, so are you a hero? And I was like, not even close. He said, why? I said, because my hero is me at 35. So you see, every day, every week, every month, and every year of my life, my hero is always 10 years away. I'm never going to be a hero. I'm not going to attain that. I know I'm not. And that's just fine with me because that keeps me with somebody to keep on chasing.
That's the thing. Success and failure are generally slow processes. Either slowly building things up or gradually tearing them down. And that's why I say you've got to pay attention. You have to watch. You have to watch every single second.
Choose love, and don't ever let fear turn you against your playful heart.
I believe in manifestation. I believe in putting a rocket of desire out into the universe, and you get it when you believe it. You get it when you believe you have it, and that's the key.
So we want to get really sensitized, acutely sensitized, sensory acuity, to whether what we're doing is working or not. And by the way, sensory acuity is really the measure of a person's intelligence. What I mean by that is, how do we measure intelligence? Intelligence is a measure of the number and quality of distinctions you have in a given situation.
You can handle this, you just haven't figured it out yet. It's all right, this is your training period. This is the tuition you have to pay for what you don't know. You can do this, other people have done it. It doesn't take an Einstein. Get you some people that can teach you some stuff that you don't know. Get you some people that have done it successfully and learn from them. Take some seminars, workshops, read some books on how to manage a business. Change the way you see yourself and begin to tend to the personal details. Understand that nobody's going to take care of your business better than you.
You will notice the most successful people in any field, they are usually the ones who have failed more than anybody else. You see the difference between a successful person and everyone else? It's not a lack of strength. It's not a lack of knowledge. It's a lack of will.
It's up to you in a world where we're taught to look outside for answers, for a job that will make us happy, for money that will make us happy. That answer is within. We already have it. We already have the answer, but will we unleash it? Will we give it? Will we own it? Will we truly reinvent ourselves to become the people that we're capable of becoming?
The bow too tightly strung is easily broken, says one of the proverbs. Balance is a gorgeous thing. So be monomaniacal in your execution around your high-value targets, your HVTs, your mission plan, but also build in some rewards. And that's going to send a gorgeous message to your conscious and your subconscious mind that, hey, this daily practice of execution around my deliverables is a beautiful thing. And you create this thing called momentum. And the monk who sold his Ferrari, I went back and I saw this recently. I think there's a whole chapter on momentum. And you become like this. I love skiing. You start off small, but as you go down the slope, you pick up momentum. A lot of people say, Robin, where do I start? I want to start a new business. I want to become a better artist. I want to find the love of my life. I want to be a world-class creative. I want to multiply my financial life. Where do I start? You just start. You just start. There's great power in the start. And when you start, life starts supporting you.
Well, God wants us all to be courageous because he knows we'll face times in life and situations and circumstances that it takes more than just a desire, it takes courage. Many people operate on the basis of fear, on the basis of what other people think. We as believers should operate on the basis of courage. Courage to say no when we ought to say no. Courage to say yes when we should say yes. So what kind of courage do you have? Is yours sort of floating between depending on the situation? Or do you know the difference between right and wrong for your life? And you've made up your mind.
How's everybody doing? Brian, Connie, Phil, welcome to the Launch Ads Live Q&A for January the 23rd. Glad to see you guys here. Phil, I know you
Evening,
know the
Kevin.
drill. Brian and
Yeah.
Connie, you're welcome to bring a question about how to use launch ads, or we can look at your ads. It's really a time to just have a discussion, be as helpful as I can, show you what you want to see. So let's all have a discussion and hop in.
I mean, Kevin, I want to look through my campaign, but I mean, I'm happy for Brian and Connie to yeah, I know the drill to kind of go first if they've got any questions or they want anything to be shown. I'm happy.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't want to hog the limelight, so to speak. So,
All right, Brian, Connie, what would you like to look at, or did you just come to watch? Tell me a little bit in the chat, or you can just unmute. And I know we'll take a look at Phil's campaigns because we've been doing that, looking at his progress. And by the way, Phil, we have a way to save our creatives now, so that issue has been solved. I'm going to show you that.
oh, yeah.
Okay, this is Connie.
Hey, Connie.
Hey, so I'm not going to lie, I haven't really used launch ads much. So I guess I'm kind of a newbie here. I think I've been part of the program. I'm actually, so I'm just kind of looking for an overall view if this is probably the direction I need to go, I guess.
Okay.
That's my thing. I saw this pop up on my phone and I'm like, okay, I probably should listen. I've gotten involved in so many different things, and now I am really focusing on like affiliate marketing. I'm doing some Facebook ads, working with some Google. And so I guess I'm just looking to see how this could benefit me and simplify my life a little bit.
Absolutely.
Does that make sense?
Absolutely. Yeah. We'll
Okay,
take a
so-
look at sort of the overview. I'll walk through that. I
Yeah.
usually do it once a week. So we'll
Okay.
look at from the start to finish and just kind of show you how it works. And then you should have either some questions from that or some good direction.
Okay, that sounds awesome.
Great.
Sounds awesome.
Thanks for coming. Brian, you want to pitch in? Are you there? All right, let's do this. Phil, if you want to go ahead and share a little bit, and then I'll come back and do an overview, and we can take a look at
No
your
problem.
specifics.
And I don't need to go today either. And I want to quick. Hopefully, Greg's going to pop on because I want a quick chat with him afterwards. Because I was on that webinar last night on launch webinar, but I could only listen. But I wanted and I missed the link. But that's a separate thing. So I'll try and catch him afterwards. Right. Entire screen. Let's have a look at this. Screen 2. Share screen. Right. So can we see this?
Yep. Yeah, it's right there.
So it's been going 2 weeks now. It's about 14, 15 days, $10 a day or £10 a day. So that's where the 150 quid, 150 pounds, shall I say that, comes from. Still no sales. And I think if you may recall last week, we switched off one of the ad sets, which was the original ad set, which was burning money and not getting a lot of information. You know what I mean? So that's kind of how we got to, and I'm getting, I think, some pretty high. If I go into the observation, I think I'm getting some pretty good click-through rates and and things like this. But so it's that interest image, that is the one that's been switched off, that particular ad one. But if we look at that, like say I'd spent like £34 on that, and click-through rate was poor and things like this, and then I changed it to these others. So this was the text image ones, where if I kind of look at going on this, and this is where are we on the images? I mean, there's some pretty high. Like if you look at the primary text, I mean, some of them, yes, and I know it's on optimization, but they're pretty high click-through rates, and you know what I mean, and cost per clicks for some of them are pretty low. Click-through rates there, reach and some is learning there, and there's no videos on that one. and then on the other one, which was kind of the silent videos, which Greg had kind of suggested that I'd done. I mean, if you look at the click-through rate of them, all right, there's not a lot of clicks, but I mean, they're like 17 and 15% type of thing.
Those are fantastic.
Even 6%, you know
Those
what I
are
mean?
crazy.
Is okay for the videos. And
So
again,
those are,
the
again, remind me,
algorithm-
those are videos with just still text that goes, pops
Yeah,
up.
so there's kind of 7 screens
Mm-hmm.
with just video, with just text on them, and like it's like 3 or 4 seconds per screen, and yeah, I mean click-through rate overall is yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Do you know what I mean? The 13% click-through rate, but I've still no sales. So there's something going on somewhere, and it's either the page, because it's a pocket offer. Do you know what I mean? So it's the $19 pocket offer, and it's been optimized using a GPT that Greg sent me. The level 2 and level things that he sent me one day. But so you know what I mean. So if you kind of look at these, you know, click through rate, I just it just blew me away, if you see what I mean. And I know there's not a big reach there and things like this, and but it's a case of, is my target audience not set up right, or could I drill it down more, or actually is the page itself? I mean, this is the page, which is about getting this toolkit.
Yeah.
You know, five tools to actually help you get video testimonials.
Turn left on Rochelle Drive, then turn left.
Somebody's
in the car.
Their mute their mic telling us your driving directions.
Yeah.
Let's see.
So that's it. So it's a case of what can I mean, what I was looking at doing, and this is kind of where I was going to try another strategy, in so much as actually pause this campaign, because I can always redo it and change it into a webinar style thing. Do you know what I mean? So this is kind of why I was interested in launch webinars, and why I wanted to get in like ASAP. But even the replay's not been put up yet. And I've sent a message to support, basically saying, yeah, I want it. And I could only listen to it last night because it was late. It was kind of like midnight when it was launched in the UK. So I was kind of in bed listening on my earphones because I couldn't see it. You know what I mean? So, but when I heard it, yeah, I want in. So then I was thinking, right, well, maybe I could run these ads to a webinar. And then maybe a webinar might have better conversion, because Greg seems to swear by webinars. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And yeah, I will try that. You know, best performing location, Texas, Alaska, and you know, so where are we? Click through rate here. Just go on.
Well, let's do a couple things. So let's just talk about a couple things. First of all, for Connie, who's on the call, what Phil has just been walking through is all of the reporting that is part of the system, where you can see the click-through rate for each different creative, each different feed, each different placement. So it's a lot of dashboard metrics that you can use to determine. But Phil, what is your targeting again? What's your
targeting? The right?
Just
How do I get into that?
No, go back to where you were.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then click on the audience. You can click on optimization and insights, and then choose audience. So we're the best performing is 45 to 54 Texans. It's kind of unfortunate that it's by state, because honestly, that's probably irrelevant.
Yeah.
But your age range is probably the first thing that I would look at. Why are you
Yeah.
targeting the
Well,
US?
I just thought I would see what response we get. So you know what I
Okay.
mean?
Okay. So it's just to
And
test it.
it was just a test. So maybe I'll do a. Cause I'm not going to throw a lot of money at this. I want to be conservative, but test different areas. So in other words, I'm not
Yeah.
going to test different countries at the same time. I'll do one and then do another. Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
And eventually I'll find a winner, I'm sure. And then I can ramp up the costs. There, you know, because obviously we're looking at ROI, aren't we?
Yeah, well, so your situation is you've got some ads. Like last week, you had ads that were terribly underperforming, and now you've got
Yeah.
some ads that are performing well, but you're not
Yeah.
getting purchases. So then you got to look at there are about 3 things you can look at. 1, do you have the right audience? Are you sending the right people? 2,
Yeah.
is the message that's on the ad the same that's on the landing page? Is it consistent? So when I click on the ad, what was the message that caused me to click? And is it the same message when I hit the landing page?
I am going to say yes because I've used ChatGPT to mirror all this up, if you see what I
Yeah.
mean, and looked at the AI and stuff. So yes, it's all about. I mean, if we were to, for example, let me just go back to. Oh, I've done it again. And let's just look at. It's all about social proof and getting testimonials and reviews, and understanding that it's not difficult. It's kind of just about making sure that you're asking, and if you don't ask, they can't say no. And it's trying to give them the confidence. Here are the scripts that you need, nothing difficult, and you know what I mean. So it's kind of yeah, you get without feeling awkward. Practical toolkits and things like this. It's not a course; it's a practical execution toolkit.
Where's the
And then
price?
when we actually
Where's the price on the landing
price
page?
on the landing page is at the bottom. One-time payment 19.
That's a long way to scroll to figure out what it's going to cost.
Right. Yeah, so maybe I could throw that up there as well. A practical
I don't know.
toolkit.
I don't know. That was just my, if so.
No,
I'm just
sounds
viewing
all
it.
right.
I'm just viewing it as if I clicked the link and I came here. What happens if you click get instant access? Is that a checkout?
Yeah, that scrolls them down. No, that
Oh, it
scrolls them down to
but it
this.
still doesn't have the price.
It doesn't have the price there, no. So I need to probably fix that, don't I? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. I would be. I mean, if I'm going to go to this page, the first thing I'm wondering is what's he charging for this? Honestly,
We're going to cost, yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
saying strategically that you should have it on the top, but I am telling you when I look at the page and I go, how much am I paying for this? What am I buying? How much am I paying for this? Okay.
I'm going to try that, and I'll tell you for what, because I do exactly the same. Because you know,
Yeah.
kind of when you go onto a sales webinar or a
Yeah.
video sales page,
Yeah.
then and you know it's going to be half an hour or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't want to know. I want to know.
Just tell
how
me what
much
it's going to be.
Going to cost me.
Yeah.
And then I'll decide when I'm looking at it whether it's worth that amount of money.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? So it may well be a case of, yeah, all right, get it now for just $19, and then it's a case of, all right, well, if they think that's reasonable, then they may well just go down.
Right. And then the other thing would be on that get it now for $19. I think it ought to also, like if you have a button, I would put get it now for $19, and then underneath it's the scratch out normally,
Yeah.
whatever it is. So you just kind of putting that value on there
Yeah,
immediately.
you're putting a value on it. Yeah, I will do that. But it was kind of, if I would go on to the edits, this was kind of where we were looking at who are we targeting.
Yeah.
And it was this, small business owners, Facebook admins,
Yeah.
profile admins. They were the standard people. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it may well be that I don't know. I could edit that age. We know the best performing is 35 to 45.
Yeah, something like that.
So it could be that I change this and put the minimum age to say I don't know, 30. Let's put it up a little bit further.
Well, I wouldn't even do that until
Uh,
until I knew that I was getting conversions, because right
Right.
now I would, to me, the first thing I would do is look at, again, show me one ad. Like what is, like, what's one ad that's really performing well? Of those video ads, the text video ads. Show
Okay.
me one of those.
Right. Let me just go back into. Was it in the Creative Hub? This is kind of where we had this issue last week, wasn't it?
Yeah, except that as you see
Uh,
that my library at the top now is new, and you can actually
yeah.
save things there. But I think
Right.
last week
Okay.
your stuff was all over in the ads themselves.
Yeah. It was. It was actually within the ads. Okay.
Yeah.
So if I go into, I'm in the wrong place again. I think. Right. So we've not got that one. It's not at right. So the ad set. Okay. So it was the silent videos.
Hey, real
This
quickly,
is the creative.
Bob and Wayne, again, Connie, I'm gonna interrupt Phil in just a minute. He's not here to
Yeah.
take all the time. Any of you has a question, pop in. We're just gonna keep looking at his ads for a minute. Okay, social proof matters. And then it says, let's see, asking for testimonies feels awkward. Not because you're bad at it, because most people don't know what to say. Oh, that's good. This gives you the exact words, copy and paste scripts. No pressure, no salesy language. All right, so then I'm going to
That's
click
it.
on
You
that
know
to
what I
say,
mean?
oh yeah, let's see this one too.
If you sell services.
I hate asking for testimonials. You're not alone. This is good. I like this. Is effective. Okay, so I got a clear sense of the message. Now take me back to the page. Top of the page. All right. So what if you changed that header to be something specifically from the wording from one of those ads?
Yeah.
Get 2 to 3 customer testimonials without feeling awkward. Why 2 to 3?
Because that's kind of the target that we are setting people. You know what I mean? It's a case of once you get your first 2 or 3, then it becomes easy. Do you know what I mean? It was trying to say you need more than one, but you don't need 10 or 15.
Why don't you just
need
say
one.
get testimonials without feeling awkward?
Yeah, could do.
Why 2 to 3? I think
Yeah.
that's, that kind of is like get 2 or 3, and so that's just one thing that I would say. But let's see, a
Yeah.
practical toolkit. Most businesses are happy whether you toolkit, get
Sorry,
instant
yeah.
access.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
practical
definitely
toolkit.
would then. You want to run it through, and also that graphic. How'd you do that graphic?
I did it through ChatGPT, looking at the flavor, because it's kind of coming up with, because again, I've done my business profile, I've done my ICPs and the
Yeah.
pocket offer stuff, and it was kind of, it knows I'm kind of calm and collected, and it was trying to keep something on a calmish point of view rather than, saying it's not salesy, so it's kind of not a lot of jazz and things like that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but what does it say? What does it say? What does the image say?
It says nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? So again, I could also look at the images. Yeah, look at.
Yeah, so I think
images.
what I would do, because you got some ads that are running now and some that are working, I would do some work on this page.
Yeah.
And then do you have any kind of tracking on it to know where people are going
Well,
on it? Or
I've got a pixel. There is a pixel on
Uh-huh.
there somewhere. Well, not somewhere. There is a pixel, but I've not actually been into Facebook and done any analytics because it does my head in. Do you know what I mean? I'm not kind of.
do this
sure how
for
to
me.
look at that,
Take
but
all
I
the
can.
copy from
Yeah.
this page. So try this
Yeah.
one thing. Take all the copy from this page.
Yeah.
Take the copy from 2 or 3 of your ads and say,
Yeah.
this is what my ads are saying. This is what my landing page says. Improve my landing page for direct marketing.
Yeah.
And just let it just chew on that a little bit. I think messaging and, you know, clarity, I think that these are just, I mean, I'm no professional, but those are just some things that I notice about the pages.
Yeah.
And then it says, you know, it says includes 5 practical files. And nobody wants a practical file. They might be, you know, they might be, and I don't know what kind of files they are. Actually, honestly, nobody wants files. You know, it's like somebody send them to your landing page and you say, download my free PDF. Nobody wants your PDF. They want the results that the PDF is going to give them.
Yeah.
So, those are just some things.
Yeah.
I know you got ChatGPT.
Yeah. I'll get it. Yeah, and it just, this is kind of where I was coming from, in so much as there must be something not right on here, or missing, or needs changing.
Yeah.
Because if I'm targeting the right people, which it would appear I am, and I am getting one heck of a high click-through rate, and even on some of those videos, when you look at, and I don't know, again, I'm just another 30 seconds, but when you look at some of the videos, they're actually watching the whole video.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? So they know what it's saying, and it's of interest, and they're clicking there.
Absolutely.
But then they're not doing anything. Nothing else is happening.
Yeah. So
You know
then
what I mean?
that's the thing. So, you know, I think there's always this deal where you got traffic. So, you know, and then you can, if you had your CTR was down really low, or you know, you do have your cost per 1,000 is really high. And so that's,
well, that was but that was because this is the whole campaign.
Right.
We switched that off last week. You know what I mean? If that wasn't there, then it wouldn't be.
Okay. So then you're right. Then you look at, okay. So I think they're viewing the whole video. They're staying there. They're saying, what is this about? That's interesting to them. So then it is your page, is your page not converting? And then how easy is it to convert? You know, does it clearly show me, is it powerful enough copy? Go back to the top one more time. And so let me ask you this. You know the answer to this, but let me just ask you this. Why do I want customer testimonials?
Yes, because 90% of people who you are targeting are influenced by what other people say about your business.
And you're not saying that anywhere in here.
No.
So I just think you could really tune this up again, sharpen. You have a great message, Phil, because I know it. But it's, you know, it's, so now the person clicked, they came to the page, and they need that angst to be turned up just a little bit more. Like, if you're not getting testimonials, you're not getting sales. And I can, you know, I can show you, this will show you how to start getting testimonials. And
I mean, that could simply be customer testimonials. Get customers without feeling awkward. 90% of your potential customers are influenced by what others say.
Yeah.
And that it could be as simple, and then underneath that, get instant access now for just $19.
Yeah.
And then that would kind of, it would take them down to the bottom, but there it would be the £19 that's up there, dollars, would also be here as well.
Yep.
I need to just put more information on there, don't I? And not more information, but more, this is what it's going to cost you, and it's a lot easier to get. So I think I'm going to do that.
And what's the image above that? What was that image that you had there? Right.
It's another
check your graphics.
Image.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A little video from me there, just a minute long, and again, another.
Those graphics aren't doing anything for you. That works. That works.
Yeah. So put them together.
You could even put that at the top better than that other graphic.
Yeah. Yeah. I should put that up there instead. Yeah. And then, right. Okay. I'll take enough of your time.
That's good. That's good progress.
Thanks very much. Thanks very much.
Yeah, you're welcome. All right. Let's do this. I'm going to share screen, and we're going to go do a walkthrough. Let's see if I can go find it here. Yep, there we go. All right, so let me just see. You're seeing, I just got to make sure you're seeing the screen. I think you're seeing. Yep. Okay. So this is, I'm going to go, actually, let me do one more thing so I can keep up with the chat. If you guys throw anything in the chat, I want to know that that's happening. So let's go to chat. All right. Good. All right. So here's the inside of LaunchCart CRM. And down here on the bottom left, we're going to click on launchads.ai. When you first do that, it's going to ask you to put in a little bit of information about your business, and then it'll run you through a little process and bring you right into the advertise page, or it might bring you to the brand page. I don't know what it does these days as far as the first time in, but I'll tell you this: when you're setting up, the first thing you want to do is go to the brand button. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 buttons at the top. And the first one that matters is brand. And the first thing we're going to do is do connected accounts. So this is where you can connect to these different platforms, Google, Meta, TikTok, Snapchat, LinkedIn, Bing, and I always forget that last one. I don't know what that one is. I don't use it, obviously, but we're going to click on it, and there's going to be for any of them that you don't have connected, we're going to have a connect button here. And then that is going to bring your option to connect to your logged in social media business manager. And so in this case, I'm going to be not connecting anything because they're already connected, but it'll lead you through the process. Again, all of them look fairly similar. You're going to come to a connector. You know how it works, where you're giving authorization from one platform to another platform. And then you just choose your ad account, your connections. And when you're connecting to Facebook, it's going to ask you to select the page. So you might be advertising for multiple things over a given time, but you're going to choose the page you're using for your Facebook advertisements. And then within your Google, you're going to be looking at your ad account. So you got to choose your ad account and your Google profile. And then once you do that, let's see, please ensure no thanks. Then once you do that, your accounts will show up like this, where you can see that it's connected to the Facebook page, Client Connect Central CRM, and my username and ad account right here. And so that's the first thing. In order to run ads, we obviously have to connect to the ad system, whether it's Facebook, Google, TikTok, or so on. If you want to also use launch ads to, I'm going to minimize this so we see a little bit more of this screen. If you want to also use it to post to your social media accounts, you need to do a second connection, because the first one, the advertising, is actually connecting to your business manager. The social media is connecting directly to your Facebook account so that you can post anything you want to post on these. So you can use it to schedule, use these tools to create your images, your graphics, and create posts. So that's the reason there are two options here: advertising and social media. And then once we have that connected, we're going to go through these three.
Kevin, can I just say something there, just for everybody's help? Because to actually, once you've connected for social media, you have to go into the marketing option on the left hand side in the menu down the left. To be able to schedule your, no, right on the very left, once you've connected that, the social media, the best place to actually do the scheduling is in the marketing tab, which is about halfway down the menu on the left hand side, right on the very left, the main menu.
Oh no, that's a different tab. That's actually using the CRM, not using launch ads.
Right.
So if you're using the marketing tab over here, you're just using the LaunchCart CRM system. You're not using this system.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry for interrupting.
No, that's okay. That's okay. I'm glad you said that, because there are two ways. You can, inside of LaunchCart CRM, you can, as you can see here, you can connect to social media and do some posting there as well. So I get what you're saying. Thanks. All right. So let's go back to brand. And let's talk about brand info. So the first thing you're going to do is put your website in, and then click get data from website. And when you click that, it's going to go get some basic information about your business, create a little description from your website. It may or may not pull in primary and secondary colors. I did these manually, and it may or may not bring in your brand logo, but you can upload those. And then this is just getting the system ready to speak with your voice and to use your brand. And then you do have to, down here on the bottom, it says, what are your top 2 goals to achieve right now? You do have to put something in here. It's if you don't, this changes very little in how the system works. I just say select all, and that will let you save and move on. Once you've done those steps, it's going to let you go to brand voice. This is your AI prompt machine, which is going to give you your voice. So as this system is generating copy, you want it to sound like you. So anything you can do in here, it will default to quite a few of these things, and then you can change it. You can add some suggested things down here. I'm just going to do, like, for example, avoid hashtags. And this is just going to, again, train the AI to speak the way you want it to. And then the third one is products and services. So all of this that we're doing right now is just setting up so it's easier when you get ready to run an ad. So when you come in here, you're going to see some automated things brought in. So this, as an example, is I have my own white label for Go High Level and my own Business Builders coaching community and so on. It went out and it found all of the different things that I do. So group coaching, online courses, business builders, and it just kind of pulled them in as options for me. This does matter and it doesn't matter. It does matter if you want to get something set up so it's simple and quick to create an ad. It doesn't matter if you're just going to create ads on your own on the other end. But that's what this is doing. It's getting a prompt ready so that you can click it, and you'll see that in just a minute how it creates the ad quickly. So that's it. Connected accounts, brand info, brand voice, and products and services. And we've finished up with the 5 across the top. We finished up with the brand, and we're ready to hit advertise. I'm going to go to advertise, but Connie and Wayne, if you have any questions based on that, hop in here and I will keep moving unless I hear from you. Okay. So now we're on the advertise button, and for ease of use, I'm going to use the one on the top left, and I'm going to click Meta. And so what it's going to do right now, it's going to show me, this is showing me something I already had out there. So I had done this example last week. And so it just brings in the last ad that I created and what it looks like. But we're going to step through this a piece at a time. So at the very top, we have generate. We're going to drop that down, open it up, and set our goal. So what are we trying to do with this ad? And we have these 3 options: drive leads, website actions, and build awareness and engagement. So if you run ads on Meta, you are already aware of the different types of objectives for ads. And these are a matchup to those. It's just that this is one platform. You'll see this same guide for any of your ads you're creating. So in this case, we're going to say we want conversions. In order to do conversions, we have to have a pixel code. If we don't have a pixel, we can run traffic to our website. We can do a sales option or conversions. Whatever we choose here, we set it up and we click save. This is what's going to be the goal of our campaign, which is going to inform the copy and the rest of what gets developed. So now, second up here is describe what you're advertising. So this is where that ease of use comes in. So remember over on the brand where I told you it was pulling products from my website and it was putting them out there and saying, getting them ready. You can literally drop this down and go down here and choose something different. So I'm just going to choose, let's see. Yeah, there's one. Let's go to, I want to see if Business Builders. Yep, Business Builders showing up here. So this is the coaching community. So as you can see, I can click on it and it immediately brings in the details for that product. So that's the main reason to set things up over there, just to make this easier. But once I do that, I can say, okay, today I'm advertising business builders. If I want to, I can click improve to change this, but I'm going to leave this as is, assuming I've worked on it already. And then add raw assets. So raw assets would be images that have no branding on them, no words on them, that would be indicative of your business. So if you're a plumber, images of plumbing, maybe an image of you, maybe an image of your truck. But these would be things that are going to be used. You'll see in a minute. They're going to be used in your ads when it generates creatives. So I'm going to go click upload. I'm going to go look. Actually, in this case, I can do from my website. So let's see if we got, I don't think we have anything out there that's worth pulling in, but we can go stock image. Let's say business coach. And we can use these illustrations, or there, we can just grab this guy. We'll make this one of our images. We can go, here's another good business coach AI. Not sure I like it, but we're going to use it anyhow. We're going to do that one in this format and save it. And let's see. Let's say success. So you can see that you have here's a good one. We definitely like that one. All right. So I added 4 images that are going to be used to generate creatives. So but you can see that they're just images without branding on them of any type. So I'm adding those. And then I have these options. I'm going to generate creatives, which is going to generate me some graphics, some images, some videos. I'm going to generate the audience. Launch Ads is. And then I'm going to generate the ad copy. So I'm just going to click generate. And we're going to go, let's see, your brand's colors, language, and tone style will be applied automatically. Okay, so this actually, by the way, is new. Let's see. So image ad, video ad. We're going to do it in a 9:16. Okay, so it's just showing you an example of what they're going to look like generally. Okay, so let's go with the square one on that, and then we'll do video ad. Again, you're going to see, this is kind of the general overview of what it's going to look like. So we say continue. Oh, you haven't selected any presets. Oh. This is the great thing about doing live demos, is when new stuff comes in and I don't know about it, we get to see it. So I see we're selecting presets. All right, I'm going to choose that one. Oh, you can click here to see what it looks like. Okay, so we're going to go ahead with that one. We'll watch one more here. Sure, why not? We're going to do lifestyle. And yeah, I don't want product hero. That's focused on a product promotion. Let's use those two. And then oh, I see what we can do. So for image ad, let's just do this one and this one. I'm just choosing 2 quickly here, but you obviously can go through them and look at them and choose which one. Okay, let's continue. And now it's going to go create my creatives for me. Greg, I don't know if you're on yet, but that all was new to me. Anybody else on here has seen that? Let me know. But that's the first time I've seen that ability to choose the template when you're generating the creatives, which the reason that's important
that's new.
I'd never seen it.
Seen that before.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Yeah, it's nice because otherwise you're just kind of getting random stuff and you got to kind of weed through it. So, all right. So here we go. We are starting to get our creatives. So as you can see over here on the right, you got ready to turn your entrepreneurial dreams into reality. At Kevin Stride Online, we provide, and then you can see personalized coaching, consulting tailored just for you. This is actually a very nice copy. And then we have at the bottom, we're going to have ready to launch your dream business. Join me for proven strategies. Not me, but Kevin Stride Online. And then it's got this video. So anytime you have a video like this, let's look at this one. I don't know if you guys might not be able to hear the audio. It's got a little music playing in the background. Oh, there's an issue. You're gonna watch for things like this, personalized. So we can edit that, but I just wanted you to see how it generates this. So on the left, what we've got is our 5 generated graphics, and we can generate more if we want to, and generate with AI, or we can go select from our library, which is previous graphics. I was playing with memes this morning. So here, me before Business Builders, stuck in neutral, doubting everything. Me after Business Builders, rolling in wins, locked in, confidence locked in. So there is a meme generator that you can use, but you could go find your specific images that you created outside of Launch Ads, and you can upload them and use them if you want to. I'm going to leave this as is. You can also, by the way, you can edit these, change the text, lots of flexibility. So it created the graphics for us, and then it's created the primary texts and the headlines. So here's our primary text. For any of these, you can choose to delete it, or you can decide you want to shorten it by highlighting it and clicking this to make it shorter, and generate, and it will go through so it'll use AI to do what you want it to do, or you can just type right over it. So, okay, so here's another one. You got 5 options to choose from. I'm going to just go with the first one just so you see how it works. Accept. And so that is primary text, and you can add your own if you want to. So if you have your own copy that you've already generated with ChatGPT or some other amazing machine, you can use that as well. And here are our headlines, and then we have our call to action. Now, what I want to show you is what Launch Ads is doing now is it's created combinations. So, for example, every one of these combinations is going to be run as an ad. So people are going to see, different ads. This is where the power of Launch Ads really comes in. It's going to throw all of these, 20, 30, 40 different creative combinations out there, and it's going to allow us to start testing them. So that's what we saw at the beginning with Phil's ads. Last week, he had a group of these that was really dismal, was just really not performing at all. So he just turned it off. Normally it's not quite that bad, so you can leave it on and let the system figure it out. But what Launch Ads is going to do is it's going to post all of these different ads in all of these different places. And you can see the combination of the headline and the text. And then it's going to start testing them, A/B testing them to see which ones are performing the best. So that is our creative. And then targeting, we can let the system, Launch Ads, create our target for us, or you can always use lookalike or retargeting. You have all of the tools that you have in regular advertising and Facebook at your disposal here as well. So I'm going to leave it go. This is what AI chose for me. Look at it. It's business decision makers, Instagram profile, business profile admin. So we're looking for business kind of owner type people here. So that's fine. We're just going to leave it at that. And then we choose what website we're going to go to. So in this case, I can't see it because it's not yet. businessbuilderssuccess.com. And we set our budget to whatever we want it to be. We got our little preview of what our forecast of results. So obviously if we send 50 a day, we're going to be spending $750 a month, 428 to 2,000 clicks, and reaching about 100,000 people or so, 57 to 100,000. So you set your budget. And then the final thing is down here under launch campaign, under budget, is optional. So there's a couple things at the top. I wouldn't mess with this in the beginning, but you can add extra creatives that are sort of in the waiting in the wings, so that as the AI starts watching this and saying this ad these creatives aren't working. Let's try some new ones. Or if an ad starts to get fatigued and starts to lose its momentum, it can start throwing new creatives into it. You can add those here, but the main thing I wanted to show you was the campaign name. So get yourself a naming convention that works for you. So this is advertising, whatever business you're advertising. This is a conversions campaign. This is an image or a video. And then you can even put, if you have different targets, something like that, just so you know. And that's just so as you're building your ad sets in here, ad campaigns, you can come back to it and find it. Then we just can either click launch campaign, which will please resolve these issues. Select at least one location. Oh, okay. We don't have a location in the targeting. Well, let's do that so you can see it work. So edit targeting. Why do I have no location? I'm just going to say United States. Just so we can get something in here. And then we'll go down and launch the campaign. And what it's going to do is just give you a warning. Hey, this is this is the ad account. This is the page it's going to. Please confirm. And when you click launch your ad campaign, this is going to get sent to the Facebook or Meta business manager for submission, and then start running your ads. So you can either launch it that way, or you can schedule it for a particular time, or you can just save it as a draft that you can come back to at another time. And that will get your ads running. And once your ads are running, let's see if I can find any statistics here. This account has been quiet. I haven't been running ads, but here's an example of statistics that you can find. So here's how much we spent. Here's our cost per click, 26 cents a click. You can always hover over this. You're gonna have either a green or a red bubble next to it. And if you hover over it, it will show you that the benchmark is $1.80 and we're sitting at 26 cents. So lower is better. So that means this is doing well. The click-through rate, the benchmark is 1.75. That's for the platform. So we're at 1.81, which means that we are barely above the benchmark, but we're still above it. And then we're going to go down here and you can begin to see details, how every asset is performing. If you were here earlier, you saw that Phil was kind of walking through those. And you can also go to optimizations and watch. Right now, it's not turned on because this isn't running, but you can watch what changes the system is making in your ads as it goes along and as it learns what's working and not working and what is not working. And that, my friends, is how you get up and running. Questions?
Okay, so I am looking, I have a couple different websites.
Yep.
And if I'm looking, I have someone who runs YouTube videos and stuff on that. And if I want to take those and over all the different platforms, would this be the easiest way?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
And like digital, if I do digital downloads, where are they stored? I mean, do I have to store those?
Yeah, those are, I mean, ultimately this system is going to run the ads and send them to a landing page.
Okay.
So that's where the rest of the mechanism is going to be held.
Okay. Okay. That's what I was thinking. So can you run a couple different brands? Does it make a difference? I mean,
you can. Yeah. The thing is, okay, so you can definitely run different brands, but here's the reality is, unless you're running them all, well, okay, let's just stick with the Facebook concept. So I have a Facebook page called Client Connect Central. It's very focused on the white label, the CRM. I also have a page called Business Builders, which is very focused on the coaching. They happen to work together under my one brand. But if I wanted to run ads to a particular, let's see, if I want to run ads to using a different business manager, that's the issue. If I'm running ads using a different business manager, in other words, if you're an agency type and you're going to run for this customer and this customer and this customer. You have to disconnect the one from the brands area we were looking at, and then reconnect the other. And what happens is when you disconnect, the AI stops managing those ads.
Okay.
So it's give or take as to whether
Okay.
how much of that you can do.
Okay. Well, I think I have a pretty old, like a cash flow cove, which can go into the financial. It can go into making money. There's a lot of different things I can brand with that.
Nice.
Website is already built. I actually hire someone to do some of the YouTubes on there. So I'm like, I could work from there, I guess. So, but I think this is the deal. I think I actually canceled my membership to Launch Ads because I can't log in anymore. So I don't think I was paying. So
Well,
what
you
would
got
I
the guy. You got just you said that at just the right time. The man who can make a plan is here on the call now.
Okay. Because I was like
Hi.
looking, going, I think I didn't use it. I think I looked at it and I thought this would be really good. And then I got a little lost. And then I'm like, okay, I can't pay for this while I'm not using it. So that's what happened.
Well, we'd love to get you back going again. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yep.
Yes.
And I have to apologize. I'm gonna stay here for like 2 or 3 minutes, and I got to go. My wife's been really, really sick, and she did a telecall,
Oh no.
and the telecall says take her to emergency.
Oh no.
So my wife, that was like at 10 o'clock this morning, and I'm like, Mary, what the telecall say? He goes, well, take me to emergency. I'm like, why didn't you tell me that? It's like, well, I don't want to go. I'm like, no. It's like, if they said to go to emergency, we have to go to emergency. She's like, no, I don't want to go. I'm like, no, we're going.
Oh man.
Yeah, and I have another appointment in a few minutes too. So, but if you
You
can
know
kind
I'm
of guide me
bugging
what
out
we're
in a
gonna do.
minute.
But Connie, do you, if you email support at LaunchCart,
Okay.
Yvonne will get you the link to re-engage your account and turn it back on, or whatever has to happen. I'm not sure.
Okay, so support at LaunchCart. Is that
Yeah.
what it is? Okay.
Yeah, support at launchcart.com.
Okay.
And then I do want to tease everybody before I go because I am so excited about this. Hold on one thing. Let me share my screen.
That's why you're here.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so launch data is officially live. Lower your ad spend by 30%, increase conversions by 22% or more. We have made a significant investment into a big data play. And now
Wow.
I have the ability to rent audiences to customers and to people, and based on intent. So not only on intent, but let's just say from a LaunchCart perspective, let's say anybody who intends on setting up a Shopify store, I can get a list of those people. One of my other customers, Trust Sherpa, who I've mentioned a number of times, they set up trust for people. So I went into our big database. Now, this is a big database of 600 million records. It scrapes 200 million websites a week, and it tracks all the websites people visit. And I said, okay, give me some leads for trust, people looking for trust services. I got 1 million people that have been looking for trust services in the last 2 weeks. I then take that, I put it into my audience, a custom audience, and then I rent it to another Facebook advertiser. And now the targeting is going to lower their ads by 30% and their conversions up. It's amazing. And Jeff installed it already for his wife's Gun Owners Association of America. And the very first hour, or not the very first, the first 24 hours, his ad cost has dropped 10.5%.
Man, that's amazing. I got to see it.
Yeah, it's coming. So that's a tease, but I do apologize.
Hey, go take care of your wife, man.
Yeah, I do.
I
So thanks,
just
everybody.
got one very quick question, if I may. I was on the launch webinar last night, but I could only listen. I didn't see. I couldn't put in the chat, and I want in, but I couldn't see any order form or anything like that. I've sent an email.
Well, you should have got an email late last night, and I'll send another one today with the link to order.
So I didn't get it either, Greg. I didn't get an email, so
no,
that's weird.
Something didn't happen with that.
Okay. Well, thank you for telling me that. So let me find the link real quick. I'll put it in here. It's launchcrm.us/launch webinars order, I believe.
Yep. $47 a month.
Or 26 a month if you pay annually.
Yep.
I'm going to do annual because I see so many big things for this.
I put it in the chat, Greg.
Okay, perfect. Thanks, guys.
All right,
I'll
take
be
care of your
back with
wife.
satellite.
Brilliant.
Okay, man. Bye.
See you guys next
Got it.
time.
Got it. Thank you.
Trying to stop the call.